All right, we are broadcasting now. So this is Armin Navabi from Atheist Republic, and you are?
Danny.
All right, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm 21 this month. I really don't know what else to say, really.
Well,
I
you
don't.
mentioned a little bit about your story to me on Twitter. You mentioned about you didn't used to be a Muslim, but then you became a Muslim, and you told me about your uncle a little bit. If you could, you could tell me about that.
Oh, basically started when I was 14.
Okay.
I started when I was 14. Um, the I'm the only person who is one in my family,
You're the only person that
and
is Muslim in your family. Is that what you said?
yes.
Okay.
And I think that's what like makes me more understanding because I'm also alone and different,
Okay. Do you
and my parents don't
do
always understand it.
so you don't get you said your parents what?
Especially my mom, like I don't think she understands it.
Okay. So you don't get along with your family because you're a Muslim?
Not all of them, but yeah, some.
Some of them. And do you talk to them about being a Muslim and try to convert them to Islam?
No,
No? Why not?
because I'll be doing the same thing that they're doing,
What is that?
in the sense that
Oh.
like trying to make someone be like you. I just want, if they want to ask something, I don't have a problem answering it, but I do have a problem with trying to force them on, like, let's go do that.
Okay. But are you worried about them, dying non-Muslim?
I think it's something you worry about, especially when you think about um what is going to happen. Then yeah, it does bother me a lot. But at the same time, I believe it's everyone's choice. I can't help them if they don't want to help themselves.
Right, but do you think if a Muslim is inviting somebody to consider Islam, that's not really forcing them, is it?
No, but I feel like if how do I put it? If I tell them that what they're doing is wrong, I think it's gonna also open the door for them to think that what they're doing is also right to me. So I just think to each his own. Even though I do worry about them, I'm not going to force them to see what I see or tell them to come with me or do anything with me because they've already also stated their own opinions before I even like ask them. So what's going to do? So inviting them to something that they've already have like a mindset of what they think it is. So I just don't waste my time, to be honest.
I see. But when I used to be a Muslim, the way I looked at it was that it's because I was scared about my parents going to hell, I tried to get them to be serious Muslims because I wanted to do whatever I can to make them not go to hell, right? So that's why when some Muslims, when they try to come and preach Islam or try to convince me to go back to Islam, I don't see that as forcing me. I see that as an invitation, right? And
Okay.
I see that as them caring enough about me not going to hell to try to save me, right? I don't see that as them forcing their views on me because, if I wanted to, I could just not listen. So it's not really forcing. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. I get it. I get it.
Right. So, you go on. And you mentioned something about like when your uncle just recently died, and he died a non-Muslim, and you're worried that he's in hell now. Is that what you mentioned? Oh, oh, I'm sorry. Are you okay? I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Um, oh my gosh. Um,
Are you okay?
yeah, I'm okay.
I'm sorry. We don't have to talk about it.
Oh, no, it's okay. Oh my gosh.
I'm so sorry.
Um,
I didn't mean to make you upset.
no, no, I'm not upset. It's okay.
But
It's okay.
okay. But you are, but I'm you're obviously a very kind person, right? And you know, are you, you know, tell me if anything we're saying is making you uncomfortable. I don't want to put you in distress.
No, I'm like, okay, I'm okay. I think that was just, I don't know.
Do you want to
I'm okay.
do you want to talk about why this is so impacting you so much? Sorry, I'm not good with bringing up topics in a in a way that is not hurtful. But tell me if that's something you want to talk about or not. Like if it's do you want to talk? Do you want to say why bringing that up has such a strong impact on you?
Okay. If somebody doesn't believe like what I think, then if they're alive, then there's a chance that they can change. But then when they're dead, you just know that is it. I think that's why it's impacting me because I know there's nothing I can do now. There's nothing that can. Oh my gosh, nothing
But
that can like.
but the God you believed in is just, right? He's Rahman and Rahim, isn't he? Right? Isn't
Yeah.
okay? So do you think that a God that is Rahman and Rahim, do you think he would burn people that don't believe in him, even if they were good people? Wouldn't that
Oh
would?
my gosh.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just
Like I'm okay.
um I just think that that seems like a, for example, that seems like I'm just trying to, if I'm trying to find a way to be comforting as well, right? I'm just thinking that any creator of the universe that is good, right? When somebody dies, he's not going to be, okay, you were a good person, but you didn't believe in me, so you should be punished, right? He wouldn't care about that. He would be like, I don't care. I don't, because he wouldn't be like, oh, you have to thank me. He would be like, no, you were a good person, and that's all that matters. No? Don't you think that?
In a perfect world, yes, but I don't like obviously through human eyes. That's how I'm gonna view it, but I don't think that's how it is, sadly.
But in a perfect world, isn't God perfect?
He is, but he has his own like laws that I think we should abide by.
Yeah, but if he's perfect, then he's kind. And if he's kind, his laws would not, probably, maybe I'm wrong, okay, but his laws could not involve, from a kind being, could not involve burning people that don't believe in him, right? Because here's the thing, like, we are humans, right? We are not perfect, right? Me and you, we're not God, right? So we're not perfect, right? So because we're not perfect, our minds are not perfect either. We're not all knowing, right? We can't know everything, and we make mistakes, right? So, and because we make mistakes, like, let's say you're right, and Islam is the true religion, and God is real, and I'm wrong, and when I think that there is no God, that's wrong, right? But me being wrong can't be a crime, because I'm not fully logical. Like, I'm not all knowing, right? My mind could make mistakes. And because I'm not all knowing and my mind could make mistakes, I don't think it should be a crime to come to the wrong conclusion, especially saying that a conclusion that was wrong cannot be deserving of burning, right? That seems like a huge punishment for the small crime of being wrong about something. And I don't think that if your God is kind, he would ever do that to anybody just for the fact that they were wrong, right? So I don't think if your God is kind, I don't think he would ever do that to your uncle or any other person that you love, because these are people that maybe just, they just came to the wrong conclusion. They don't deserve to burn, right? That doesn't seem like a
I
big
don't
crime. Yeah, go on.
one deserves it, like anyone, but oh, I do get what you're saying. Like, I do really understand what you're saying. I also don't understand it, but I think that's where faith comes in. I don't know, because I really can't explain it either.
Yep, but you say okay, but if we can't explain it, okay, I understand, like, because there's so many things in this world that is beyond our understanding, right? But if we can't explain it, if our mind can't grasp it, right, then we shouldn't be expected to agree to it. You know what I mean? Like, we can't, like, nobody could come and demand from you or from me to believe in something that our mind can't grasp it, right? If I go to Qiyamah, if I go to Judgment Day, and God says, "Why didn't you believe in me?" And I say, "Well, because I didn't see any reason." And He said, "Well, I am beyond your reason, because I'm beyond your understanding, and you can't explain it." I'm gonna be like, "Well, how could I believe in something that is beyond my understanding?" Right? Because you're telling me that, how could I explain to a cockroach the concept of economics, right? If a cockroach can't understand economics, and God to us is so superior that we are like cockroaches compared to God, so it should be too much for God to ask us to also believe in something that is beyond our understanding, right? And I think if kind means anything, if God is Rahman and Rahim, and if that means anything, that means He will forgive people for not believing in anything, because you yourself are saying these are beyond our understanding, right? I don't. Yeah.
But isn't that just
Yeah. Go ahead.
sorry for isn't the difference between someone never hearing something and then someone who hears something and rejects it?
Well,
I think there's a big difference there, but I don't know.
I don't think so, because if a cockroach, if you have a cockroach and explain economics to him, and he's hearing it, but if it's beyond his understanding, I don't think it doesn't matter how many times he hears it, right? And God to us is like, if it is real, if it's so beyond our understanding, it's like economics to a cockroach.
Then there's also the parts of the messengers, the angels, and No, I don't know.
Well, okay, so the messengers, if Muhammad and Jesus, if they heard God and if God was revealed to him, they can't expect us, that God didn't reveal himself to us, for us to have the same faith that they do, right? Right? Because we're just going by what they're saying, right? I don't, because, okay, well, where's my revelation? I don't know. Like, it seems unfair. Like, they had an advantage in seeing miracles, right? Like, the people at the time of Moses, right? If that's the true story, they saw a sea part. So they get to go to heaven because they saw a huge miracle. But where's my miracle? I want a miracle as well before I believe in any of these things, right?
um, like right now, I really just want to scream because like Moses is my favorite. Like that's my favorite like story out of all of them. So like when you said that, I'm like, oh, how can I love something that's barely someone just like market? But yeah, I do get what you're saying though.
Yeah. But
I do get it.
yeah, I mean, he did. You know, when I, as an ex-Muslim atheist, I still read the Quran, right? I still read the Hadith. I still read the story of Muhammad and Ali, and I, there's nothing. I'm not against those stories. Those are very interesting stories, right? And the Quran. I just think like, I think like, don't worry. I don't. If you, I just okay. Forget about atheism and Islam. I just want to talk about you were being worried about people, because you are such a sweet and kind person, and the, I don't think you deserve to be in this much distress over other people, right? I don't think it's fair to you to be this worried in your life about other people, right? And I just want to say, like, if just think about it this way, right? If there is any God, if he, if you believe that he's kind, if you were God, would you ever burn anybody for not believing in you or thanking you, right? I don't think so. I mean, even
No,
we know. So if you worship a God that you think is worthy of any worship, right? As Then he can't be somebody that burns people for not believing in him. He can't be like that. It's impossible for us to use the word Rahman and Rahim or kind on anything that would do that to people. Just because, like, we don't believe in him, like, that's such a small crime, such a small crime, right? Have you met good people in your life that are not Muslim?
I I see them every day, and oh my gosh, that's another topic all on its own.
Yeah,
Because it's like you're looking at dead people. Oh my gosh,
you know.
gosh, oh my.
See, my mom died, and she died a non-Muslim, right? And to me, I think she is no more, right? I don't think she's in heaven or hell. And a lot of my Muslim friends or Christian friends come to me and tell me, "Aren't you upset that you're never gonna see her again? Isn't that this depressing?" And I tell them, "Yes, that is depressing, but I'm also happy to know that she's not burning anywhere. She's neither happy or sad. She's not in. Nobody's torturing my mom right now. My mom was a very sweet, sweet, sweet woman, and she's her entire life was about helping other people. And no God could call himself kind if he is right now busy torturing my mom. No God could be kind, right? That kind.
No.
And I think your uncle is not right now. He's not burning at. There's no way, right? Because if there is a God, one of his requirements is for him to be kind. So I think your uncle is in absolute peace now, which is the peace of not being sad or happy or anything at all. Okay.
How can you be at peace without being happy? Okay, yeah, I get it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's absolute peace if you have nothing. If you have no, the most peaceful situation to be in is to be nothing at all, isn't that?
Yeah.
I mean, when I was a kid, people think, people tell us an afterlife, a world without an afterlife is a very depressing world. But when I was a child, they told us most people go to hell. So in my mind, a world without an afterlife is actually more, less depressing than a world with an afterlife, because they told us that heaven, there's not. Yeah, go on.
Please continue, and then I'll
No,
talk
that
when
was
you're
it.
done.
That was it. Go on.
Okay, like if it was really like that, then like 90% of like the pain I carry will be like over, because then I'll know that people don't have to go through that. But
Yeah.
how can no, like I also do think if there was just one option of where people go, or like don't even exist afterwards, then it'll be much more better to like know that, how do I put it, like the thought of people literally being cast into fire is
Right.
I
But the thing is that Islam brought you some peace, and so you there are something in Islam that helped you, right? Um, and how did you, but what were those things? Do you mind telling us about that?
I think it was mostly um I think it was more that somebody like cared, somebody loved me, somebody was telling me that it's okay, there's nothing wrong with you, and you can like overcome everything that is like negative in your life. I think that was the just to sum it all up into four things. That was what it literally brought me here.
And did you feel that there was something wrong with you before you found Islam?
I don't feel like there was something wrong with me. I think I know there was something wrong with me.
Why do you feel like that?
No offense, but I'm not really. Maybe some other time. Right now, I can't
Okay,
talk
okay,
about it.
okay. But what if those things that you think that they were wrong with you, there weren't actually anything wrong, like they were okay? Do you know what I mean? What if that was, what if you were told that these are wrong, or maybe if you found peace because you found something that is Islam that is bringing you peace, but it's also bringing you distress because of the people that you might think that are being tortured. What if you could find a way of something that is bringing you peace, and something that is bringing you a sense of belonging and a sense of people taking care of you and looking after you, but without the baggage of worrying about good people that might be tortured forever, like without that part? Wouldn't that would that be a good thing to have?
Yeah, I guess so.
By the way,
But I don't think I'm wrong.
you don't think what?
I don't think I'm wrong though.
Okay, well, you don't. But here's the thing: you are very brave to say you don't think you're, because you're considering it, you're talking about it, you're thinking about these things. Most people, and you already changed your mind from something to Islam, right? The thing is that you are looking inside and evaluating what you need, trying to improve yourself. Most people just go with the flow. Most people just accept whatever society is giving them and just don't reflect on life, don't reflect on who they are, don't reflect on what they're supposed to do and how they could improve themselves. And whether you're right or wrong is secondary, okay? The fact that you are brave enough to ask these questions, brave enough to consider different options, brave enough to reflect on yourself and your own emotions and try to find ways to improve yourself. Whether if I agree with that or not, that's irrelevant. The fact that you're doing that and the fact that you're going through that journey, that's a brave and courageous thing to do, and you should congratulate yourself for that.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
Definitely. Okay, definitely. I think so. Definitely. I really, based on what I know from you, I admire you. And based on, when you first came to me and you messaged me, I could see from your messages that you're a very sweet person and you care about not just yourself, you care about other people. Okay. And I think more than anything in this world, more than logic, more than religion, more than atheism, more than anything in this world, what we need the most is kindness, right? And you have a lot of that. And if and that is, I think, the most important thing. So I think you should be proud of yourself.
Thank you.
All right. I don't want to I don't want to upset you too much, so I'm going to leave it at that. But I would want, if you're ever interested to talk to me more about these things, I would love to talk to you again, because I would be honored to talk to you again. But let me know.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No, I'll consider. Okay, I'll do it. I don't know when though.
Okay. Do you have anything? Do you want to say extra? You want to add any messages or anything that you want to add to this?
I'm not good with speaking. No, like that's only like the longest conversation I've ever had. I don't speak too much unless I'm typing.
Well, okay. You have a big Twitter account, right? So where can if people want to reach out to you, where can they find you on Twitter?
Oh, it's at BPREMAGONA.
Okay, and I will link to your Twitter account in the description of this video. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. I
Thank
don't.
you.
Thank you so much. This is. Let me know if you. Yeah. I. Thank you so much. I'm sorry if I distressed you in any way. I really didn't meant to do that. But thank you so much for sharing.
Okay, goodbye.
Thank you. Bye.